Hi and welcome back for another Brutus Monroe Design Team project. Today we are creating an elegant sympathy card and we are featuring the Angel standalone die, which was released last month as part of the Brutus Monroe Christmas release. I wanted to show you how you could stretch this beautiful die. I have an outline piece that comes with it, and then I also have the angel, which cuts out with the lacy portions. That outline, you could take a piece of gold foil cardstock, cut it out, and then you could cut the angel out of a different colored cardstock and lay them down together, and that gold would show behind the angel. So that's the purpose of that shadow die. For today's card, I'm simply going to be using the lace angel. I also have the lace borders. There are 5 separate laces, and then there is a shadow, again just like the angel, that you could layer behind that lace. I'm using that bottom piece. I'm not using the outline die today. This is the slimline sentiment. I'm using the words "I'm sorry." As you can see, there's the words and then there's a shadow behind it. I'm going to inlay the word inside the shadow and cut my sentiment out that way. Here I have a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of vellum. I am going to cut the lacy border. I'm trying to line it up to make sure that I get both pieces of the lace in the same location approximately, so I want it to look identical on the left and the right side of my card. Now I do cut it out of the left and the right side of this vellum, but as you can see, the lace piece is going to punch right out. It is not cutting the side of that vellum. That was just the way that I chose to cut it. This circle is from my stash. It's kind of like a doily, and I've cut it out of vellum, and here is the beautiful angel. For my project, I had a white piece of cardstock, and I chose to cut only the upper half of the angel out. Here's what I was talking about with those outline dies. I'm going to inlay the lettering instead of cutting them separately, and that's going to give me more of, as I mentioned, an inlaid look. I have a top folding 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch cardstock. It is white. I was showing you that you could use the angel by itself, and that would still be a beautiful sympathy card, but I chose to cut apart the wings, and I am going to use only the wings. I have some lilac, purple, and cobalt chroma mist. I'm going to bring in that circle die, that doily, and I am going to take the back of the vellum because I don't want the vibrancy of the color. I just want a little bit of color to show, but I do want it toned down a little bit, so I'm using the back side of the doily to do a little bit of ink smooshing, and then I dried it with my heat tool. Using my art glitter glue, I'm strategically placing it behind this vellum. The vellum, because the paper is white and the vellum is clear, the vellum is kind of a little bit on the thicker side, which is nice because it does camouflage the glue much better, and also art glitter glue does not show as glaringly as some of the other glues that are out on the market. I'm gluing these to the left and the right side of my top folding card base. Now, another way that would be beautiful would be to cut out the angel. Maybe I'll do this for another video, but cut out the angel and then cut the wings and add the wings on top of the angel, and that would give a little bit of movement and a little bit more dimension to the angel. That's an idea. I may have to come back and do that. I did glue my doily down, and here is that inlaid word "sorry." And once I place it towards the bottom, I'm going to add the word "I'm," and then I'm going to add the center of the O, the centers of both of the R's, and that will give those letters a little bit more definition. Now I could have stacked these up and added more definition, but because it's a sympathy card, I kind of kept it very elegant and very simple. And I think that I was able to achieve that. I don't end up stamping on the inside of my card. I do like to do that on my own. I like to personalize my cards, and so I like to add the sentiment that I think would best suit the person that I'm sending it to, whether it be a religious sentiment on the inside or whether it just be simply, I'm so sorry for your loss. I just, as I said, I don't like to send out generic cards. I really love personalizing them. I'm going to take these wings that I've cut and I'm going to glue them on the left and the right side. You did notice that the center of the outside edge was not, there was no glue added to that, but I feel like I could have been happy with it like this, but I thought it was missing something, and I had these beautiful rhinestone jewels that I'm going to bring in and add to the center of those wings. First, as you know, I do love my stickles. I do have crystal stickles right here. It took about 15 minutes for these to dry before I moved on to the jewel that I'm going to add, but I just like that added sparkle on my cards. For the jewels, I would not recommend mailing that because the jewel that I used is rather large, so this would be a hand-delivered card. You could use some other types of jewels that are a little bit flatter, or some enamel dots. That would be really pretty, rhinestones. But again, I chose to use this dimensional rhinestone, and I love the way that this turned out. And that's going to be my card for today. I want to thank you so much for watching and joining. If you haven't subscribed, I would absolutely love for you to subscribe and ring the bell so that you're notified whenever I do upload a video. I will be back next Thursday with another Brutus Monroe Design Team project. Until then, have a fabulous day.